9 times out of 10, I defend Jerry Jones. Not here. There's no way in hell Zeke should honor that rookie scale deal that he took with the Cowboys and the NFL. That was outside his control. Zeke didn't negotiate that contract. The CBA negotiated that contract. He got no reason to honor that. If he gets a new one here, I think he would honor it.
Look, one, thank you, Jerry Jones, for watching our show because he's starting to sound exactly like me in terms of what I've been saying about this negotiation and how it's evolving. He is leaking his ego. Like, the ego is getting more and more invested in this conversation, less objective, more like, hey, I've paid in other ways, human capital, for you, Zeke, to understand what this is. But Jerry Jones is allowed to say the truth, but at the same time, he has to catch himself because he has the power to execute that same truth. And that's why I have a little issue with this, because Jerry has not always lived up to the contract in terms of when he released players, including Emmitt Smith, who Emmitt Smith walked that green mile with Jerry Jones. He took every step with him, but still at the end of the day got released. Yours truly got released by Jerry. Jerry, if you honoring contracts, you owe me about $14 million, I think, still from back in 2004. Point being, it has to be a two-way street if we're going to talk honor. When you say honor, now you're in a whole different realm. But if you just want to say, hey, play for me, and I'll take care of you as long as I respect and love your services, say that. But when he went to the honor level, even Jerry has to stop short because he's contradicted that in the past.
Well, one thing about NFL contracts, they're one-year agreements. It's nothing guaranteed. The only thing that's really guaranteed is that signing bonus. That's why players want that signing bonus. You look at baseball. Mike Trout down at the Angels, the Anaheim Angels. $400 million. Nobody said nothing about that, but that's all guaranteed.
Still paying Barry Bonds.
Still paid by Bobby Bonilla. Yeah. That's why football players, that's why we're so frustrated, because it's no honor. It's no such thing as honoring a contract.
Disagree with that, but we'll get into it later.
Okay, we'll get into that. I'm sure you got to agree with it. But it's no such thing as, they don't honor the contracts because they can cut you anytime they get ready, and you could have 3, like you said. Jerry still owes you how much?
12, 13.
There you go.
I stopped adding.
On the back end, like, hey, I had 3 years left, but you cut me because you feel like I couldn't play anymore or whatever, I got hurt.
Oh, he was right. He was right.
I
ain't mad at him.
Here's what I'll say. When you sign the contract, you've signed the contract, whether the CBA has negotiated it or not, from the business aspect of it. I tend to look at it from this perspective. It's player-driven, I'll say, and I don't want to offend y'all because I respect y'all, but I think the opinion, bless you, is player-driven in this opinion, whereas if you're looking at and you're listening, I went through a contract situation, and it was far worse than ED's probably at the end of the day. Oh, it was close. It was pretty bad.
Which one? The one he had in high school?
You know what? People called me yesterday, asked me that. You really had in high school? I'm like, come on, Jason, you get me talked about.
I mean, I don't know that deal per se.
No one knows that.
I don't know the SMU deal either.
No one knows that one either.
But the one I saw that took place here. Anyways, when the owner of the team starts using business terminology, it's that the milk is going bad. And once the milk goes bad, I've experienced firsthand what that feels like when the milk goes bad.
I'm going to play the other side of this. I think we're missing the total big picture here. And again, I don't agree with Jerry's comments, particularly honoring and blah, 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 because of the CBA. But what Jerry's introducing into the record, there's a reason why Jay Glazer keeps saying, hey, the deal's going to be done soon, and Zeke's going to be the highest paid running back. Jay Glazer's very rarely wrong. And so what this to me says, he's putting it into the air. Zeke, I'm going to give you what you asked for. Make you the highest paid running back. If somebody tops this contract in a year or two, don't you say a damn word. That's what he's introducing into the record.
I agree
You're
with that.
going to live up to this contract. I didn't want to do this. You forced me to do it. I'm going to make you the highest paid running back. But damn it, I've covered up for all your mistakes and legal dramas, and I don't want to hear your mouth again. You've done it with your kids. Eat all that damn McDonald's. You made me go get it.
I'll give you a better one. Whit. I grew up. Shouts out to my man Fred Tate. Fred Tate was stronger than all of us in grade school. Fred Tate said, if you give me your lunch money today, I won't take it next week.
A bully, huh?
And I gave him my lunch money, but I ended up having to give him my lunch money the next week after that as well.
Say it.
I think that's the situation that Jerry Jones is sitting here saying right now. If I give in to your demands whenever you want me to give in to your demands, there's no saying that you're going to come back next week and ask me for more lunch money again. I gave you your lunch money this week. You said you wouldn't come back for it no more, but you're still coming back for it. I can see that point. I can understand that point.
I get that, and you said something, Jason. True. I mean, Jerry Jones has helped Zeke in a lot of ways, covered up stuff, and I think when he went against Roger Goodell, you know, and tried to get him fired and all that, you know, I mean, Jerry stood up for him.
Yeah.
And I think if Zeke hadn't had any problems off the field, no problems, I think they'd have paid him. I think it'd have been done. I think Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh, if he wouldn't have been, I think he'd still be in Pittsburgh right now. I mean, and a lot of that has to do with that. Look, can I trust you? You know, can I really trust you? And Zeke, most definitely, he's outplayed this contract, but, you know, I can't put myself out there. I understand that aspect of Jerry.
Don't you think it's peculiar that Jerry Jones wants to talk honor about a contract, but still wants to instill fear in Zeke as he signs this same contract? To me, look, as the father, I'm suspicious of that, because if you're really talking about honor and you're honed in on that in these contract terms, then what is the fear? You can't sell another layer to me and say, sign this and don't you ever come back again, because I can look at you and say, well, if I sign this, don't you ever look at me and try to get rid of me or others. And that's not the way you're not going to accept that, so why should I accept your fear?
Well, because one,
because he's the boss.
But also, Marcel, I think it's the size of the check you cut determines if you're going to instill fear. If you're cutting a huge check to a guy with Zeke's off-field track record, you better put some fear in him.
Why?
Because you can't trust him.
Well, that's different than look, I earned that large check. I earned them commas. Just like the guy who didn't earn those commas, you're not going to sell him fear. It's not about what the number is to Jerry Jones, because let's be real, they can sneeze and make all this money back. It's the fact that if you trust in me, you're going to sign a deal. But don't sign a deal and you don't trust in me, because I know you're not going to honor that.
I still feel like, you know, if you work for me, I want to feel like I can depend on you.
That's real.
If I say, hey, Marcellus, you say, I'm going to be at your office at 10 o'clock every morning, but all of a sudden you're showing up at noon, 1 o'clock. I'm like, hey, man, I got to trust you. I need you.
That's real.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.